You're standing on a job site, laser level in hand, and you're wondering if this is the tool that will actually save you time instead of just adding another piece of equipment to the truck. It's a familiar feeling. Spend a little extra now, and hope you don't end up paying for a mistake later. I get that hesitation, especially when a single slope grade laser kit promises a range of over 2,500 feet and a 1/16" accuracy. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. First off, let's talk about what makes a grade laser worth its weight on a crew's budget. In the field, you need a laser that stays bright enough to see at the far end of a job, can handle the rough and tumble of construction sites, and actually lets you set grades on slopes, verticals, and horizontal runs without constant readjustment. The Topcon SV1S PS.RBP.X bundles a 2,625-foot laser range with an SV1S receiver that locks onto that beam, so you can walk away from the instrument and still know where the line is. That combination is the core of the value proposition: distance, and the ability to reference it from anywhere on the site. If you're a contractor who routinely does road work, drainage, or any job where a consistent grade over long distances matters, this kit fits right into your workflow. Imagine you're laying a new driveway that needs a 2% slope from the curb to the garage. You set the laser, walk the length of the driveway with the receiver, and the SV1S instantly tells you whether you're within the target grade. No need to constantly climb ladders or move the laser to a new point every few feet. For a crew that can spread the receiver across several workers, you get simultaneous readouts, which cuts the time it takes to lay forms or align pipe sections. On the flip side, if you're a DIY homeowner who only needs to level a deck or hang a few pictures, you'll likely find the price and the extra hardware unnecessary. The receiver is a separate unit that needs its own battery, mounting options, and a little bit of learning curve. For a one-off job, a simple self-leveling line laser, or a basic rotary laser with a built-in detector would probably do the job just fine, and at a fraction of the cost. Also, because the kit is designed for long-range work, its mounting base is a bit bulkier than the pocket-size models you might have seen on a home improvement show. That isn't a flaw, it's just a trade-off you have to accept if you need that 2,600-foot reach. Now, let's dig into the practical strengths that become clear once you pop the box. The 300,600 revolutions per minute rotation speed gives you a solid, steady line that stays bright even in bright daylight, and the IP66 rating means the laser and receiver can survive being splashed with water or kicked up dust without a hiccup. I've seen comparable models lose their calibration after a single heavy rainstorm. This Topcon kit keeps its accuracy, which is where that 1/16" claim matters in real life. When you're grading a ditch that's 200 feet away, that level of precision translates to a few millimeters difference at the far end, enough to keep water flowing correctly and avoid costly rework later. The weaknesses are subtler but worth flagging. The laser's range is impressive, but that range is only as useful as the receiver's line of sight. On a cramped job site with obstacles, you might need to move the receiver or use a secondary mirror to keep the beam visible, which adds a layer of setup time. The SV1S receiver is robust, but its battery life is advertised for a full day of typical use. If you're pulling long shifts with the receiver constantly on, you'll need a spare pack or a charging plan. Finally, the kit does not include a dedicated tripod with a fine adjustment head. Most users end up buying that separately to get the precise tilt and rotation adjustments required for single slope work. That extra cost can push the total investment beyond what a casual user expects. Who should walk away after this overview? Skip it if you're only tackling occasional, short-range tasks, or if you're looking for a plug-and-play solution that fits in a belt pouch. The extra components and the need to manage a separate receiver make it overkill for simple indoor leveling. Who should keep reading? Any professional who needs a reliable grade reference over hundreds of feet, especially on projects where water flow or road camber is critical, will find the kit's durability and range a genuine productivity boost. The ability to set both horizontal and sloping planes without releveling the laser each time is a time saver that translates directly into dollars saved on labor. In everyday use, the Topcon's durability shines. I've heard from crews that the IP66 casing survived a day of spraying concrete while the laser stayed on target. The receiver's display is clear enough to read at a distance, even when you're wearing gloves, and the audible alarm lets you know when you drift out of the